We are here in Hawaii, the beautiful islands of Lemuria, the mountaintops of Lemuria. I am here with Leanne Phillips, and we are going to experience the beautiful sound healing of crystal bowls. Leanne, you have developed a new method for healing with these crystal singing bowls.
Well, Loren, my background is actually music. So I've been doing music for about 40 years, and I've been doing healing work for about 20. And so about 10 years ago, the music and the sound merged. And I started actually placing bowls on people when they came for healing sessions. And then I started to incorporate the bowls in the music. And just through researching and finding out more about these amazing tools, this method of brainwave entrainment kind of just accidentally showed up. And I started doing certain intervals of music using the quartz crystal singing bowls, because our bodies are crystalline in structure. We're mostly water. When we're born, we're 90% water. And as we age, we end up being more like 70 to 80%. But through something called aqua conduction, when you actually place the bowls on the body, it's amazing. You actually be able to work with the blood and the water. And so through that process, it opens up a gateway, and people start to let go of blocks, whether they're emotional or mental or physical. So I've had people come with depression, cancer, and they'll let go of something that they actually thought was them, and they'll start to feel lighter. So it's actually very scientific, and yet we're all on a spiritual journey, whether we put it in those words or not. And so certain tools resonate with different people. And for myself, because I find most people have a love of music. We all have different kinds of music that we like, but all acoustic music has harmonic overtones. So when you literally, for instance, if I played one of these bowls for you, you would hear the note, the fundamental note, just like if I was plucking the note on a piano. But when you do that, there's all these harmonic overtones that also play at the same time. And when your brain hears those harmonic overtones, you literally start to shift the brain states. And there's a magic window where your brain states are in alpha and theta. And so may I play a bowl?
Please.
So, you know what? Maybe I'll play this one, just so I can show you one interval of music. So this bowl is made with aquamarine and quartz, and it's 99.992% quartz crystal, which means there is no grain boundary. That means that when you have a molecular structure and there's not any other element in it, then that means that there's nothing to dampen the sound or the frequency. So because this is so pure, there's nothing in it that dampens the sound. That's why it has such a loud sound for the size. Now, if I chime it, you can really hear the harmonic overtones. So just by you and I sitting here having this conversation, the conversation is activating the logical brain, or for most people, the left hemisphere. But we are adding sound now that activates the Gestalt hemisphere of the brain, and for most people, that is the right brain. So the bridge between that is called the corpus callosum. Corpus callosum is like a neurological highway that actually allows you to build more neurons or brain cells. And the more you have, the more it opens the perceptual doorways between logic and intuition. So most people, as a culture, we rely on our left brain more than our right. What happens when we do that is we will opt out of options that might actually make us happier and give us more fulfilling lives, simply because the correct thing to do doesn't make sense.
Our brain is trying to, our ego, our brain is trying to make logic out of it, but what you're saying is no, it's the other point point of stillness, creativity.
Some things that are correct for us don't make sense. It's taken years for science to actually be open to talking about how our emotions affect our physical body. And the people that first started talking about it weren't looked on highly. But now there are cancer centers around the world that actually have body-mind departments.
Beautiful.
Right? So there are a couple cancer centers that I go to, and I've done work, and they're open. And people, unfortunately, and I'll speak for myself, but we tend to be more open when we're in some kind of pain. What we're trying to do now is to get people to be open without having to go into chaos, pain, or suffering, and start making those choices that actually make us feel better before that happens. So this interval of music is a fifth. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, do, sol. So when you hear a fifth, and the birds like it, when you hear a fifth, you literally shift the harmonic rhythms of your heart via what's called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve starts in the abdominal area, and it goes all the way to the temporal lobes of our brain. Once that sound goes all the way up to here, it starts to slow the brain states. Once you get into that alpha theta brain state, that's the magic window where people release either old memories, trauma, emotions they didn't know that they were still storing in their body. And a lot of us store emotions based on the chemical called cortisol. So say you were a mountain lion and you were running down the road after a deer, and you got really close to the deer, and the deer knew you were really close. It could feel you breathing on the deer's neck. That deer would either go into fight or flight. And as soon as it made that choice, cortisol would flood the body. So say that deer hit the ground and it played dead. The cortisol floods the body so that the deer will not feel the pain. So say the mountain lion decided that it didn't want to bother the deer. It decided something else happened and it wandered off. That deer wouldn't just get up. It would very, very slowly get up, and then it would shake and shudder, and all the cortisol would leave the body. We as human beings usually don't give ourselves permission to feel enough sensate experience in our body that we actually release the cortisol. So what happens is people get triggered over and over. Somebody will say something and they'll get triggered, and it won't have to do with what's happening now. It'll have to do with what happened when they were 6 years old or even as an adult. So what the sound does is it actually allows that cortisol to be released based on what's called the eccentric wave. So in a way, when you place these bowls on the body, it's like receiving a sonic massage. Because the other way that we receive the eccentric wave is through massage. So the eccentric wave works through either sound or touch. So when you place the bowls on the body, you're receiving the sound, but you're also receiving the vibration. So that vibration goes all the way through the body. It doesn't stop at the muscles or the fascia. It goes all the way through.
To a cellular level, would you say?
Exactly. And they're finding that sound actually translates. DNA actually speaks and understands language. And there's 97% of our DNA that they say is junk DNA. And when you talk to quantum physicists, it's not junk DNA. That DNA actually has a much higher purpose, and it's much more who we really are than who we think we are. And that goes into the quantum world. I'm sorry.
Is it safe to say that these crystal singing bowls actually activate DNA? If it's reaching into a cellular level, that is where the DNA and the chromosomes are.
through the research that I have read and understood, that's exactly what happens, is we shift the DNA, and sound is a powerful tool to do it. I am not a formal scientist, but I encourage you to read the research of Fabian Mammal, Tom Kenyon, Dr. Mitchell Gibson. There are people out there that have much clinical research, but also anecdotal research. Fabian Mammal actually has a method of using sound to implode cancer cells. So taking a 12-tone scale, which is all of the notes in a musical scale, so not just do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, but all the little black keys in between. That's right. And if you take, and I'm looking to see if I have, like right here, we have a C. So really, music's actually really easy to learn. This is a C, and if we go up one musical letter to a D, you can hear we get a little bit of dissonance. Some people call this the binaural tone, but we're just going to call it a little dissonance for now.
Binaural meaning two tones that are slightly off?
If they're close enough in frequency, within 15%, the brain, it registers as dissonance, but it also registers as harmonic. And when people have a dis-ease, it's kind of like having an orchestra with the violin slightly out of tune with the rest of the orchestra. So two things create harmony in the body. One is dissonance, specifically with cancer cells. So if we did this with tuning forks and we played this one, and then we played this one, we create a little dissonance, and we kept overlapping the sounds and went up and up and up the scale on that 12-scale chromatic scale. If we did that for 22 minutes, the cancer cells cannot hold the frequency, and they implode.
And you said 22 minutes?
22 minutes, that's what the research shows. So
interesting.
Tuning forks that you can use. You can use bowls too, but the tuning forks are easier for that particular treatment.
And that's fascinating because we've seen cytomatics. Cytomatics is the study of how shapes are formed from sound.
Exactly.
And so to hear that that is being used to bust up tumors and dissonance, it's wonderful. There's another aspect to these bowls that I'd like you to share with us. And it's part of what you have brought forth through meditation, that creative side of you. And these are mandalas on the bowls.
That's right, because you brought up a really good point with Hans Jenny's work, cymatics. And
not cytomatics, cymatics.
That's okay. That's okay. We've been playing the bowls now here for about 10 minutes. And so the right brain is having much more of a say than the left brain. So look at it as a really good thing that the brain states are starting to slow down. So I don't know about you, but when I'm in that creative place with music, I don't rely on this so much. I rely on this. So, but John Stewart Reed is actually a friend of mine, and he is running the cymatics in London. And he just developed a mandala necklace that I'm looking at to see if that's something that I want to carry in my e-store for sound. But the mandalas, and thank you for bringing it up, the mandalas are basically, it's a visual mantra. So when you look at the mandala, and each mandala emanates a different kind of energy. Or in music, we would say a different kind of timbre, just like a violin sounds different than a piano, even if you play the exact same note. So this one is for peace, healing, and blessings. And it's a very old primordial mandala. So, so when you play the bowl, it actually amplifies the energy of the mandala. 4 of them around the whole bowl. This is the best way to have mandalas on a bowl, is to actually have 4, because it really amplifies the intention of the mandala. And this mandala is for prosperity.
So we could do a little moment here and everyone enjoy this sound of prosperity. Is there anything that people should have in their mind? Not think too much, but just enjoy this sound.
I like to imagine what you actually want to bring in as if it's here right now.
That is quite beautiful and so pure. And hearing the sound, it was like inside my head going back and forth. It was really cool.
Thank you. The bowls say thank you.
You mentioned earlier that these are new on this planet in this lifetime, but they're quite old. It's ancient technology.
It is ancient technology. The Egyptians used sound. The Tibetans have used sound. They still do. I think ancient civilizations that are being discovered, they also used sound. Really just depends on how out of the box you want to get. But as far as Egypt, the staves they carried were actually tuning forks. So, and then again, the Ankh and other symbols were visual mantras. So it's an ancient technology, and it's a blessing that it's coming back, whether it's a Tibetan bowl or whether it's quartz crystal. And what I like about quartz crystal is it's a little easier to actually create music. And music, to me, is a language that can actually help us have more fulfilling lives and let go of pain, chaos, and suffering. So that's my mission, to really merge the sound and the music for more fulfilling lives.
Really living multidimensionally. Music, listening to you speak, music is multidimensional. The Aborigines remember their ancestors walking the planet, singing life into existence. And so now we would like to share with you a little musical concert a sound healing ceremony. Would that be good for you?
I would be honored.
Let's listen. Very nice to meet you, Leanne. This was beautiful. We were talking earlier about what's going on in the brain, and it's actually, we're discovering that within the brain and between the neurotransmitters is the synapse, and that is spirituality or consciousness. Share a little bit more on that concept.
Well, at the conference we're at, there's a lot of emphasis on the brain and how the brain is mechanical. We do have neurons and we have different hemispheres in the corpus callosum, but it's also quantum, because within the mechanical aspect, literally when two neurons fire, there's a little tiny gap called a synapse that's in between the neurons. So that when one neuron fires to the other, there's no predetermined outcome between the neurons firing, which means it's our thoughts that actually dictate what happens. So for me, the really exciting piece is that our electromagnetic field around our heart is 4,000 times greater than our brain. And they are discovering, and science has proved, that there's something called the triple flame that actually lives within the heart. And that's actually where at least part of consciousness comes from. And that the physical cells of the heart actually think just like the brain. So the more we can actually connect with our physical heart, the easier it is to connect with the consciousness that comes through the heart and also is connected to the brain. So it's absolutely amazing that they are proving this scientifically now.
What we've always felt and known and have been learned by the spiritual teachers and sages. It's wonderful.
Very well put.
Any last comments for today for our listeners?
Well, what I just shared is something that I teach because I want people to be able to have the sounds with them. And I have traveled nationally and internationally, and it's wonderful. And now that I'm here in Hawaii, I feel like Hawaii is a place where people love to come. And it's a place people come to heal. And so please just know that my passion is really sharing this in a way that those sound seeds can stay with people and they can do it on their own. It isn't about always going to somebody. It's about really empowering yourself. And so that's the platform that I would like to share, that these are tools that everybody can use. You don't have to be a musician. You don't have to read music. All you have to do is feel the call and have that right brain step up and say, I think this is something that resonates with me and I'd like to try it. So thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful service. You are in service in beautiful ways for our planet. Thank you. Following the call of our hearts here in Hawaii. It is the mountaintops of Lemuria, and I believe that that is what makes this such a special location, such a healing location. Don't you feel the love or the energy even as you're flying in on the plane?
I do, and some people call it aloha, and for me there's something happening here that I feel like is leading the world in how we're supposed to live, And people feel it, even if they don't understand it. People come here. 200,000 people a day are here that don't live here because they feel a pull to be here because the vibration it's a high vibration here.
And so we hope that even if you are watching this from wherever you are on the planet, that somehow you can tune in to the same vibration that I can feel on my God bumps that we are encoding in this video for you. Mahalo and aloha.
Aloha and thank you, Lauren. Thank you.
And now we have a guided meditation with Shirley Irene Ponto, a dolphin Reiki master and soul singer who leads us to the dolphin golden temple of empowerment. We'll journey through the ocean to the center of our earth. Relax and enjoy.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Sebaoth. Kadosh, 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 Adonai see Bayof. Kadosh, 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 Adonai see Bayof. I'm going to enclose us in a beautiful golden pyramid of protection. Mikael, Ariel, Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael at the top of the pyramid. Shamuel and Charity, Jophiel, Zachiel and Amethyst, Metatron, Sandalphon, Melchizedek, Mother Mary, Cowan, Marie Magdalene, Jesus, Sananda, Papa Joe, Saint Germain, Lady Shiowa Sai. Sanat Kumara, John Paul, I actually, this beautiful Mother Teresa, Padre Pio, oh my, it looks like St. Francis of Assisi. Oh, we are indeed blessed today. We invoke the light of the Christ within. We are clear and perfect channels. God's golden healing, love, and light is our guide. We invoke the light of the Christ within. We are clear and perfect channels. God's golden healing, universal love and light is our guide. We invoke the light of the Christ within. We are clear and perfect channels. God's golden healing, universal love and light is our guide. I have to admit that you're all glowing. When working with the harmonics of the speed of light, the holy mantra activates special grids of resonance attunement so that the coupling of energy flowing through the body is placed in sympathetic resonance with the brotherhood of light. This allows energy grids to be brought together for mutual work and worship. It gives specific light and sound harmonics. First one is 666, which identifies us with respect to Earth's vibrations. 999 indicates that we are now picking up a Merkaba vibration and that we are all receptive to whatever instruction is at hand. 12 is a consciousness. Actually, it's a vibration of consciousness transportation. And we got all this beautiful information from the Keys of Enoch. I want you to take a big, long belly breath. Hold. Release through your mouth. I want you to see this magnificent light coming down on you through your crown chakra. Cell to cell. Down to your third eye, your nose, your cheeks, your mouth, your ears, your chin, to your throat. Take another big long belly breath. This time as you release, realize you're filling your auric space with beautiful golden light. Now we let it go further, and as we go further, we allow it to activate from our throat down to our shoulders, all the way down our arms to our wrist and our hands and out our fingertips. Oh, taking big, long belly breath. And be kind of aware of the magnificent energy coming out of your fingertips. Feeling more and more of your auric space. We now gently go back to our throat, down to our thymus, our heart, down to our solar plexus, feeling more and more relaxed. You're actually activating more chakras today. We're going to go down through our navel. Beware that also you're activating the chakras at your hips. Going down your thighs, knees, feeling more and more comfortable, more at peace. Down your calves, down to your ankles, all the way down through the bottom of your feet, connecting now very firmly with Mother Earth, Gaia, in the spirit. As you let yourself relax more and more, I want you to become aware that you are at a magnificent ocean scene. Your feet in the sand. The sand is very warm today. And in the far distance, you're getting a beautiful solar sun shining down everywhere. And as we look further out, you will see all those diamonds. The beautiful diamonds are everywhere on the ocean water. It's beautiful. And can you hear that? There is a new dancing right on top of the water. Is that the set the sands? Sounds like dolphins, but also I hear the humpback whales. And it seems like we have gone into a new dimension. And if you're ready, shall we enter the water? And slowly, because by my side, I have 2 golden Lemurian dolphins. Can you see what ray of color the dolphins are next to you? Oh, I hear them calling to us. Awakening. Something very sacred within us. And if you're ready, shall we dive in? And the first time, as we come back up, feel the most refreshed clearing of our bodies. And as we go deep down inside again, and as we come back up, we are refreshing our minds. And by now, perhaps you have noticed, we're very, very connected to the dolphins. And as we go down for the 3rd time, and as we come back up, our whole space is sacred. And the dolphins come very, very close. Which ones do you see? How many? And yet, can you feel the precious water surrounding us, purifying the water in our bodies? And as we float on our backs, and see that magnificent solar sun. And today I feel like it comes from the galactic center. What is this? The beginning of? Oh, can you see the pink dolphins coming in, circling us 3 times to the left? You know, right around my auric egg. And 3 times to the right. Oh, I don't believe this, but I do see it. And they come in 3 dolphins, pink dolphins, for each of our 8 chakras. 3 times to the left and 3 times to the right. Feel their beautiful love, for it is limitless, filling us with such light. Oceans and oceans of love, and yet more love. The orcas come in. Whoa. And they circle our bodies 3 times to the left, a whole auric space, and 3 times to the right. Oh, we have really grown quite large by now, and they're going to come and cover our 8 rows of chakras that I work with. And they're going to go 3 times to the left. They're really clearing us completely. And 3 times to the right. Do you feel the changes as they share their strength with us and their language? Their magnificent language says that it is time. If you are ready, know that you are totally surrounded with the dolphins, the golden Lemurian dolphins, and the orcas. And it's amazing because as they position themselves, we each look like native Indian spearheads. And this time, we dive into the water and continue downward and downward, going right through the rocks, all the different layers of Mother Earth. And all of a sudden, we are in a very sacred and magical space, as there below us is a golden glow. And as we get closer and closer, we see that the golden dolphin temple, right in the center of Mother Earth, sits on top of the most powerful crystals I have ever seen in my life. Oh my goodness, they are so huge. I look in pure wonder and amazement. And did you see? The golden temple, the door is already opened. Oh, do you see that? There are no pews. And just as we enter my kimono, That's my orca. Gives me a big fin hug. So now we join the beautiful dolphins and the orcas and swim through and around this magnificent golden temple. And do you see the center where the altar is? The crystals, the gold in the crystals. And now, I don't believe this, but we are all dancing and celebrating. And actually, we are arm in arm, flowing from one person to another, like we are dancing in a circle. Oh, did you see that? The radiant rainbow dolphins are coming in and joining us. And as we swish through each other's arms, many rainbow dolphins swirl around each one of us. Now, as we continue with our circle of dancing joy, the second time, they are much more iridescent and have larger auric orbs, for now they're swimming in and out of us, filling us with their different chakra colors. And if you could see us from above, we look like a rainbow of dolphins and us. And as we do the circle one more time, and as they swirl around each of us, they make sure that we are filled with magnificent energy from below our feet to above our crown. And you know, I'm not sure who is who. Who is a dolphin? Oh, and who's the mermaid? Or the merman? For you are all vibrating with the most magnificent, shimmering, iridescent rainbow colors I have ever seen. We are all radiant, shimmering energy. Can you feel that, love? Whoa. You'll never know just how much we love you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You'll never know just how much we care, and if we tried, we still wouldn't hide our love from you. And now you are so radiant, iridescent, sparkling energy. Oh, haven't I told you so a million or more times? I'm not sure. But we are so beautiful, so radiant, so sacred. And I turn and I face all of you in our circle. And as we share with each other, you're so magnificent now. I'm not sure which ones of you have angel wings. Or have tails like mermaids and mermen. But the power is here. The pure love. The pure light. Ooh, love. Ooh, love. Kali. Ooh, love. Kakina. Ooh, lucky. We know. Ooh, Lord. Divine love, activate. Divine light, activate. Divine joy, activate. Ooh, ooh, love. Can you feel? Divine peace, activate. Uliania, ikania, uanaka, nina, ya, 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 Camino. You are now sharing, illuminating, blessing, and healing each other, the whole beautiful golden dolphin temple. If you're ready, let us turn our backs to each other and continue sending this shimmering radiance, this energy of love, light, joy, and peace to all the waters and Mother Earth, two-leggeds and four-leggeds, flyers, crawlers. Oh, mommy, but me, way hard to hey, way hard to hey, to hold up. Way hard to hey, way hard to hold up. You're feeling the whole beautiful spirit of Mother Earth, everything on it, and beyond, connecting with the golden solar sun. shimmering radiance. The most beautiful oceanic love vibrations. And of course, we are also levitating. You belong to our hearts now and forever. And our love had its start so long ago. Do you remember dancing in the stars together? My precious soul family. Do you remember the joy of being a one? Ooh, love. Yakanakanika maniana. Ya, 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 na, pen, ni. I think perhaps the dolphins are nudging me. Perhaps it's time. Oh. You are beating. Oh, look at that. You are being greeted by a humpback whale. Oh, we're eye to eye. How amazing. Everyone has a set to seeing in front of them. And as we look at each other eye to eye, mermaid to dolphin, merman to dolphin, there is a fantastic exchange. The greatest oceanic love vibrations totally reinforced in every cell of our bodies and shared back and forth. We could connect with our dolphin or our whale. Let us bring the colors of the rainbow right there from the beautiful, magnificent crystals of gold, red, orange, yellow, green, rose, aqua, lapis, violet, silver, gold, white, clear, black. And from the sacred Mother, Father, God flowing down to us, red, orange, yellow, green, rose, aqua, lapis, violet, silver, gold, white, clear, black. We're all filled with the sacred energy. And if you're ready, willing to go one step further, we will start with the heart chakra, silver, gold, and green, to that magnificent dolphin or whale in front of you. As you start connecting, let us connect the silver, gold, and rose, the high heart, the thymus, to the dolphin. All right, let's do the silver, gold, and yellow, sunshine yellow, from our solar plexus to the dolphins. Our throat, silver, gold, and aqua, to the dolphins. Our third eye, silver, gold, and lapis, to the dolphins. Our sacral, silver, gold, and orange, to the dolphins. Our crown chakra, silver, gold, and violet, to the dolphins. From our red chakra, silver, gold, and red, to the dolphins. Silver to the dolphin from your Earth's star chakra, which is now absolutely connected to the center of Mother Earth's chakra. Gold from your star chakra to above the dolphins. On your dominant hand, white to their fins, clear to the other fin, and then deep midnight blue, at least 3 or 4 feet below your feet, to below their fin, their tail. Now, if you wish, you may get closer to your dolphin. You actually may merge. We are now members of the pod. We are being nurtured as a golden liquid light frequencies of the 6th dimension of unconditional love, engulfing each one of us. Now the water element, the magnificent water, explains that the ocean is symbolic of going within, going with the flow, going in with the emotions to heal our heart chakra, throat, all of our chakras. And if you wish, as we gather as one heart, you may hear cries of joy. We're now releasing any emotions that we no longer need. For we are now moving forward in our ascension. It really is imperative that we join together with our brothers and sisters of all that is, vibrating with the absolute source of all. As we stay together in our sacred circle, shall we allow the Spirit to activate what needs to be done, which is always for the best and highest good of all. Yes, you are sacred. You're each a temple in your own right, or a mermaid, or a merman, or a dolphin, or orca, beluga, humpback. We are one. And we must honor, appreciate, and love each other as we are part of the divine light. Magnificent love, unconditional love. Peace, grace, divine timing, divine unconditional love, compassion, and joy. Let us share these magnificent energies lovingly to the world, to the universe, to the cosmos. Everyone has their own path. We are all sacred. We are really deeply honored right now. And I'm told that we are the caretakers of precious Mother Gaia. We're children from the stars, from the Creator, from the source of all sacred temples of the Holy Spirit. I honor the path of each and every one of you, for I love you dearly. We are one. We are one heart. As we turn to face each other again in our sacred circles, in the sacred golden dolphin temple, shall we leave a beautiful golden anchor in this golden temple? All of the dolphins and I put golden hearts on the anchor. Now it's your turn. Sun Sanjulu Bayawu. Sun Sanjulu Bayawu. Ya, ya, ya. Ya, 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 Mokana kana haniana niana. Mokina kana niana niana. Heal. 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 I don't know if you're ready yet, but shall we go back up through the ocean and through the top of the magnificent waves? All these golden sparks everywhere coming from our precious, most sacred solar sun. Sun Sanjulu Bayawu. Yakanaka Nikanina. Ya, ya, ya. Ya, 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 kakanina. As we float on our backs, appreciating and enjoying the beautiful sounds of all the whales, the dolphins. We're really one with them. Feeling much more peaceful. And if you're ready, perhaps not, but we can come back anytime. And my golden dolphins, and you each got 2 dolphins that are taking you back to the beautiful sand. And as we get back, we turn around. We face the ocean. We wave with deep love to our cetaceans. They are now a part of me. And we're very blessed with this. Oh my goodness, can you feel their unconditional love? You know it will stay with us from now on. I put my hands into the sand to ground myself. And yet, part of me is there. In the oceanic love vibration of the source of all. Our feet are on the ground, but somehow our spirits are soaring. And see that most magnificent, shimmering, radiant rainbow lights everywhere? You'll never know just how much we love you. You'll never know just how much we care. You and to earth, our hearts went with you. We speak your name in our every prayer. Know that you are loved. Know that you are radiant. Sacred temples of all that is one heart. Yeah, 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 no. Yeah, 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 yeah. You are the lights of the world. We love you dearly. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Feel the rain fall down upon you, flowing from above. Let it heal you. let it bless you. Spread your wings, rewind. It is pure love in all its radiance. Another time has begun. You are free, free to be the angel you are, joyously, 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 joyously. Heal, heal, heal the precious waters in you and through the world. Mother Gaia, through the universe. For that is your gift.
Thank you so much, Shirley Irene. A beautiful meditation, and I'm sure many merged with their dolphins. Thank you for joining us in this very special equinox ceremony for healing Earth and ourselves. Please join us for a new season of Healing Conversations. These are free shows, and you can register on this website under Healing Conversations. Also, join us for online healing retreats, which are 2-hour programs featuring guests on Healing Conversations who share their teachings and knowledge on spirituality and healing modalities. For the best value, consider an online healing retreat season pass to enjoy a series of 13 online healing retreats with recordings and live programs. Click on Online Healing Retreats at acoustichealth.com. You are a master. Blessings on your journey. We now leave you with music from the universe, literally created by the universe as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music available at acoustichealth.com.